Fantastic, you're tasking us up. Yatina say, with the underground, you with the city above the palm, you watch it, you want to go make my mama proud. But for now, you're Charlie, you're Concona, what is she doing? One corner, hope is it like you make better, now you're going to my yesha, but don't know, make you bless you. From the north to the shore, now, smells like another to clean up your door, now, yeah. Things we're supposed for here. Now, what do I get things, nothing, your small things, we know they hear. Now, boy, why they were close to clear. You know, the rock is a crowd, they see, but we know the fears. It's over, thing I don't see before, and if I know what's the correct job. Charlie, in la cueva, que listen, from dawn till dusk, many more will taking their joy from us. The evil we do not want, we all disgust. Souls gone, filling our eyes with dust, imprison us from the beggar on the street to Elon Musk, ensuring the grand kill. Many believe this is more like a plan ill, the world at a standstill. Humans are feasted on just like sugar in the antfield. Above the man intellects, and some believe this is a conspiracy and not real. The intelligence of men are filled against you. Corona, indeed you are a straight flu. Is it true that a man made you? Then to that man in his family alone should have stayed true. With all their clues, how could we ever play loose? Now the world is crying, cause millions are dying. Health workers are trying, but those are reports are lying. And who are we to prove? All the news decipher the lies from the truth. For many are blind and still applauding crooks. Gates are closed, will soon be paying bill. Take a dose of vaccines, chips and pills. Hey, let's start to dose in Africa. When we are among the list ill, this is close, but why do we dine with the beast still? Africans are used to being followers. Our misleaders are clueless, so rather we choose to borrow heads. In the end, we begin to wallow in a solo mess. With our greed, we ever stop or at least begin to borrow less. Forgotten who we are, stuck on hallelujah, Allahu Akbar. Our true heroes we choose to scar, leave them like fools to die. Celebrating puppets, masters of Suliya. A very experience, continental coup d'etats. But who cares for the poor? The world will be a better place if the needy are catered for. The baby can't say Jimmy and see this a baseless raw. Rather give your money to a God who has more. Look, Charlie, I know I be hated, yo, but I am an eclectic soul. Artistically, I'm terrific, so I get selective on the kinetic flow. Drawing attention with magnetic poles, never fearing those that can kill the body and not the soul. This is apocalyptic, yo. Please, Father, listen to my plea. Let it give you hearing theories of the 5G. Let it be a step in technology, than a distraction that it might be. A new world order is all that I see. Charlie, this gonna be like some evolution. We shall come out victorious, we shall surely find a solution. But I pray we learn our lesson, to be kind to nature, to one another, and to all of creation. Ehalakasa. After the rain, and after the pain, we shall live again. After the rain, and after the pain, we shall live again. This is just a dark cloud passing. After the rains we shall leave again. Peace upon the earth.
Let the wind blow, let it blow to and flow. Let the wind flow, let it flow over and over. Let this wind be known, let it be known now, then, and after. We are the wind, we are the blow, we are the flow, and the rest.
A network of networks that connect people across the globe, yet disconnect people living under the same roof. It's invisible like the wind, but not so hard to find. It's crippled and blinded society. We can't even see that we're losing our humanity, let alone cross over the separating line to save ourselves from this calamity. We've been separated for decades, so how dare we blame a foreigner that just came to unite us all under one roof? The foreigner isn't the enemy, nor the line of distancing, because under the same roof, we're still able to connect with the rest of the world.
Let the wind blow, let it blow to and flow. Let the wind flow, let it flow over and over. Let this wind be known. Let it be known now, then, and after. We are the wind. We are the blow. We are the flow. And the rest.
Nature brought us out. Nature has brought us in. With so much thought on human bonding, the light in the world shone dark at us to enable us reason from the beginning. The times may be dark, yet comes a dawning into daybreak. The darkness of nature brings good for our own sake, bringing humanity to an era of friendly human relationship and our fellowship with the Supreme Being. Good times are yet to come. These too shall pass. The days may be evil, but these too shall pass. Surely there is light at the end of the tunnel. Comes a rainbow after the rain. Today may be filled with pain, but let us fight to see the best of tomorrow. Let us take these times to reason and plan the better days ahead. Let's keep our senses alert. Nature will bring us out again to explore. Surely I know. Yes, I know.
Let the wind blow. Let it blow to and flow. Let the wind flow. Let it flow over and over. Let this wind be known. Let it be known now, then, and after. We are the wind. We are the blow. We are the flow. And the rest.
When to dream becomes a pleasure. When posing for the camera ceases to be a leisure. How free, then, is our freedom when the system determines our posture. As if to belong in a cage is our nature. I see an uprising in sight. Who determines what is right? Who chooses the battles we fight? I guess the elders are always right. So they put a deaf ear to our plight. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Screaming out loud with a voice I don't control. Hoping to be inside. This war cannot be won with warriors' might. These words are not to ease your delight. These are big talks.
Let the wind blow. Let it blow to and flow. Let the wind flow. Let it flow over and over. Let this wind be known. Let it be known now, then, and after. We are the wind. We are the blow. We are the flow. And the rest.
Just as every tunnel is greeted by light, so is every death succeeded by life. And to the blind, there is a peculiar sight. By this we know the gloomy days shall one day turn bright. The gods have abandoned us, and things are no longer the same. Their children no longer come out to their favorite game. Our elders tremble at the mention of its name. Indeed, we have been stung by a demon's venomous stain. For how long shall the unnatural reign? When shall we get to hug, shake, hold, and kiss again? How dare me pass you by and still call myself a friend? But through it all, we take solace in time and hope the sun shines after the rain. Ibo, Kojo, Ibo. Efia, Berema Yofi. Etia Hene, Nati Ogli, Ehalakasa.
Born of the market dust, birthed from natural light, bright enough to produce a smooth, dark skin mixed with a bit light, bright ones with dark identities, engulfed with abdos and twos, comers and goers, different tongues beaten into one, diverse norms born as a single group, the Timbuktu of the South, where we hail. Every day I listen to stories that unrest my mind, So what should I do when this is a war room? Here is a part of the story. It started a long time ago when I was left in the picture. Colonialism invaded my place, so my fetus had the passport of violence. And when I came into existence, civil disobedience became my identity. History is now a mystery that is lost on a somewhere island. So don't blame me when I become the product of my environment. At least I am not a slave to circumstances anymore. All lives didn't matter when Black lives were in balance. But when Black lives matter today, then all lives get offended. Here is a fact. The truth about your lives is that you like me, so you pretend to dislike me in your way of liking me. But racism is a word in your dictionary, not in my vocabulary. This is a time tussle. It's a World War III kind of thing. Color versus racism, not black versus white. It's a conscience fight. So don't blame me when I tickle your conscience, but I'm from a permanent high.
They say she was born a woman and so she was taught to be a woman. She dressed like a woman. She breathed like a woman, like an apostle preaching the gospel of silently inhaling and exhaling through her nostrils. She was taught to sit like a woman, walk like a woman. Right foot first, left foot. Right foot, left foot, hips swaying from side to side, showing like the cast they said she was meant to be. With her neck as straight as a rule, shoulders painfully relaxed, right foot, left foot, hips swaying from side to side like a woman. They even taught her to chew like a woman. Quietly with her lips glued together, swallowing as if it was merely air she was gulping, they said she should smile like a woman, laugh like a woman. The corners of her lips slightly tipped up, long lashes, showing eyes subconsciously begging for help. Showing teeth where necessary, nothing out of the ordinary, and so her thoughts she was taught to be. Never bursting out even when the loud screams make her throat so itchy, never saying what she wants to, what she needs to, like a woman. And so when he pounces on her like the sad excuse was for a man, his breath reeking of cigarettes and 1,000 shots of whiskey. Or when at night he stumbles into the room, his eyes painted with gloom and the libido he can no longer subdue like a woman, she's expected to obediently open her legs to form a perfect 11. Pulling down his pants, he gets all up in her pants, dropping her jaws while she lies on her back, counting the strokes till she almost chokes, allowing him to claim her like the bride he believed her to be. Moving her hips to the rhythm of his as he hails his climber, screaming like he had only been climbing an ass. Treating her like it was her job to blow the only head he had ever had. But for the sake of the baby sleeping peacefully in his cot, the one for whom she weeps in vain for bringing into this world of pain. For the sake of the 7-year-old boy taking through the supposedly Lord closet, silently crying, Papa no, Papa no. For the sake of her mother and the judgmental fingers of a backstabbing religious friends like a woman, she's expected to swallow her sorrow. And when she sits on the edge of her bed, wondering if the world of her she was born a woman, she screams, but no one hears, no one sees the tears. Because she's a woman, she's just a bottle of feelings with a cork still shut, never meant to be opened. Forgetting that even though she's a woman, she's capable of walking out from the sham she calls life, that she's capable of breaking the spell and fleeing from hell. And so one day, at 3:45 a.m., while he was still drooling on the couch, snoring his breath, thinking of nothing but still beer. Leaving everything she once held dear, but the boy clutching his mother's neck like he was afraid she would leave him with the man on the couch. And the one strapped to her back, the one for whom she weeps again and again in vain for bringing into this life full of pain. Never for once looking back at the sad excuse of a man on the couch, forgetting about her mother and the judgmental fingers of her backstabbing religious friends. Remembering that even though she's a woman, she's capable of being strong, that being a woman is not strong. Finally, finding her voice and her common sense. So left foot first, right foot. Left foot, right foot, hips refusing to sway from side to side, not like the woman she was taught to be, never like a woman. She ran.
Promises of tenor in the last season. You swept us like chocolates on a Valentine. just to give your family members a quarantine. You spoke words of honey but brine. May you all pass without fee. May their offspring be educated free. May your homes be bright by each hour. May there be ends meet for all, and so shall it be. You preach like a pastor without a church. Even the opposition was too scared to pledge. Your accomplices swore by the Bible. Today they lie by signatures of libel. They spoke to please and serve the tenants. Today they are served and pleased with our sweat. They spoke to protect the interest of our homes. Now they choose to protect the security of their iron gates and beware of dogs. Our boots were meant to be first class. And motorway still somersaults lives into gutters. The unborn were meant to be insurance. And Okobandapoy Insurance, the garbage factory. You still promise without success. While the due salary never reached access. Your candlestick never dies out, and we share each candlestick 24 by 12 hours. Your noble and the likes share our taxes among their wives. Selfishly, they added schoolgirls to the rights. A fortnight passed and you denied your speech. So to claim the win of another rich, you think you're fast to preach. Sorry, we won't drink your toxic leech. Where are the hams we harvested? Where are the lands of
Long before the invasion of Babylonian vampires, we lived as kings.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Arturo. Welcome.
Hi. How are you doing?
We're good. Vitus.
Yeah. Are we live?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Great.
So waiting for Nati to come on. Vitus, how is it?
Good, Nati. How is it at your end?
We're good. So Arturo.
Yeah.
Are you ready to take us through something?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so give us a tune and then Nati will join and then we'll start.
Perfect.
Take us away.
So it's a Cuban piece. It's called La Comparsa.
Okay.
It's a mixture with it's a Cuban dance, with the Afro-Caribbean rhythm and African and European mixture. It's fantastic. Check this out.
Wow. That was soothing. So welcome to your favorite spoken word poetry live acoustic events online. This is Ehalakasa TalkParty. Your favorite host, Nati Ogli, will join us soon. So we have, today we have with us Arturo Castro from, Arturo is a mixture of Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba, but now is based in Germany. So we have to brace ourselves to expect a lot from Arturo. And then we have Vitus Speaks. Vitus, what's up?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah. We're good. Looking forward to a great show tonight.
Sure.
Yes. So, like I said earlier, Nati will be joining in soon. So, and we have a Gifted Timmer. Gifted Timmer also is a professional teacher, an activist, and then a spoken word act. So she will be joining us soon. But we have Nati online. Let me connect Nati. Yo, Nati. Hello, Nati. Hello, Nati.
Yo, it's Johnny.
Yeah, what's up?
Adeo.
That's good. So that's OMC for tonight.
That's right.
Yes.
Greetings, everybody.
Greetings, Nat. What's good?
I'm good, Arturo. And I see you,
How are you?
I'm good, bro.
Good to meet you.
Great to see you too. I see Papa Kofi. I see you all, also those joining from Ehalakasa, from the Ehalakasa YouTube channel, as well as the Facebook page. We say Akwaba to you all, and we are glad to have you. And first of all, thank you so much for honoring the invitation. It means a great deal to us. Arturo, Vitus.
It's my pleasure, man. It's really really fantastic to be able to do this. You know, two different, very far away places, and we're still doing this together. And that
I know, right?
It's a fantastic time to live your life, no?
You know, and that's the beauty of the art. You know, that's the beauty of the art and its divinity. Regardless of whatever is happening right now globally, we can still connect and share love through the art. And thank you so much. And, all right, so tonight, it is man. So tonight, once again, we are happy to have Arturo, super amazing artist. We have Vitus, Charlie. This guy has words that can break down mountains. We also have Majid also in the building. And tonight, I'm co-hosting with my boss, Etiahene. So that's how it's going to go down tonight. And it's a talk party. So nothing formal. Feel free, grab yourself a drink. If as music even comes in, you can dance, Charlie. Feel free, I beg. We are just here to
have
fun. Yeah,
it's fantastic. Yeah.
All right. So as we always do, we start off by reading the bios of our artists or our guests for tonight. Last week was amazing. Tonight also promises to be explosive, Charlie. I can't wait. All right. So I'll have okay. Let me start off. I'll read one, then I'll let my brother Chini also read another bio. Okay, so let me start with my brother Vitus. Vitus Speaks is a prolific speaker, a creative writer, and a celebrated spoken word poetry sensation. He is a propitious performer and an illustrious orator who uses whatever stage to enumerate his astute ideals. Vitus Speaks is an adorer of art, lover of beauty, and naturally has affinity for creative works. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, once again, help me welcome Vitus Speaks. All right. So I'll ask my brother Etienne to read Arturo's bio for us, so get to know him beyond the guitar and beyond his words.
I'm here.
All right. So
Arturo Castro Nugreras. Nogreras. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So the Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Mexican guitarist draws on a rich cultural background that spans his diverse heritage. Born into a family of musicians, he has performed solo and chamber music recitals all over the European and American continent. That's deep. The premiere of his work, 3/4, a collaboration featuring dance, music, and visual arts, was part of Germany's oldest art exhibition, Die Grosse, in the Kunstpalast Museum in Düsseldorf. Recent appearances, including recitals, chamber and orchestral music concerts in Berlin, Mexico City, Havana, Paris, Belgrade, among others. Arturo has a bachelor's degree from the Conservatory of Music in Puerto Rico under Leonardo Elgobida and a master's degree from the Robert Schumann Conservatory in Düsseldorf, Germany, under Professor Joachim Clark. In December 2019, he received from the city of Düsseldorf the Ford Paris für Musik. So that's Arturo.
Okay, nice. Okay, let me quickly read that of Fatima. Okay, Fatima happens to be the only lady tonight, and she's a queen among the kings tonight. And her name is Fatima Abdul Majid, but Gifted Tima is what she randomly picked as her stage name. She is a professional teacher, a youth activist, and a spoken word artist. She believes in women empowerment and championing the cause of women using her spoken word as a tool, and equally, she equally stands against racism. Wow, very interesting blend. So tonight we have a very good mixture. We have a very interesting blend tonight. So when I see Vitus is heated up, I see Arturo also heating up over there, and right before the show began, Arturo was serenading us into the night, Charlie. Super amazing. So but I would like to ask Arturo to give us play something for us to serve us an opener into the event. All right.
I play a bit more modern Cuban music. This is anyway a guajira. So the funny thing is that all these rhythms are so similar. I mean, because they come from the same place as your music, for example. I mean, not everything, but a lot of it. And definitely there is this, we're like brothers in this, you know, musically. I mean, praise as well and everything, but definitely music is a thing that unites us.
That's right.
In the Caribbean with West Africa. So this is called Guajira a mi Madre.
Wow. I like that ending. I like the way you ended that marvelous piece. The way your hands, your fingers move swiftly on the fretboard, I could only but admire and just applaud and salute you. But let me ask you this quickly. How long have you been playing? Because you seem to be very swift on the fret. My brother has a guitar. He only strums it once a day, and that is it.
I've been playing for a while, man. I started when I was like 13, 14. I've been in music my whole life anyway, because my parents are musicians. But with the classical guitar, I started fairly late. You know, the majority of my colleagues here started when they were 5, 6, 7. You know, so I was a bit older. But yeah, the guitar is a fantastic instrument. You can go, you can play classical music. You can go to a bar and play some boleros or Schlager music or whatever. You know, it's like you can do whatever with the guitar.
Wow.
And it's light too. You can carry it, no?
Wow. So just as the music flows through your family, Charlie, tonight it flows through your family tree, and it's a coincidence tonight I'm under a tree, drawing inspiration from the African tree, coming your way, Charlie, live from the roots of a tree over here. And with what you just shared, I think it's very important everybody gets an instrument to play, because you don't know where it might end you up. You don't know what it might bring.
Of course.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely. And that's also like the projects I like to work on are as these type of things, you know, like music is really, really important in our lives. And that is something that sometimes is very underestimated. You know, it's seen as something that just is entertainment, or, you know, you just put the radio on the background and that's it. But if you see music, it has been with us as human beings since ever. You know, it's like one of the things that distinguishes us from other animals at the end, or let's say like our ancestors, you know, like evolutionary ancestors. It's that we have music and we have funerary rites and we have, you know, these traditions at the end. But making sound and communicating through sound is something as it belongs to humans as everything else that we can imagine, you know. So
that's right,
it's
that's
important,
right.
man. We have to continue working with that, and it's a tool for young people also to develop themselves.
Yes. So hold that thought right there. We'll get back to discuss more on music.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much. And I see Vitus is hitting up right there, ready to serve us with some beautiful words. So Vitus, Charlie, what do you have for us as your first performance?
Okay, let me do this one. A piece I wrote on, I titled it Mind Games.
Okay.
I titled it so because I think it's a lot on the mind. So enjoy this one.
Right.
Did you know your eyes actually see the world upside down? But then your brain is so powerful that it corrects your sight for you. So it's not really about what you see, but what you think of what you see. You see, in a related study, I discovered a phenomenon called psychoneuroimmunology, which suggests that your mental disposition has a tendency to affect your body's conditions. My conclusion is that your future is just a reflection of your mind's organization. See, you are simply a reflection of what you thought of yesterday. So you want to know the future? Think it. For see, a man bound in shackles is free as long as his mind can build castles. For even after 27 years of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela became president. In no such nation on the globe is this even possible, except imagination. And once imagination sets sail, realization is the next stop destination. For see, the mind is a seemingly simple organ. Remind you, what consumes your mind controls your life. See, failure is a state of mind. Poverty is a state of mind. Rejection is a state of mind. So before you open your mind, see, no great become great than mind. But it's when you master your mind that you become a mastermind. See, some of the greatest inventions of the world began in someone's mind. I mean, why do you think Facebook is always asking you what's on your mind? My answer, never mind. See, what you can't perceive, you can't receive, or that will blow your mind. That if all the money in the world were to be distributed equally, in no time it will return to their respective homes. So now, what's on your mind?
Wow. So what's on your mind, Charlie? It looks like this brother has a lot on his mind, and we are glad to be here with him tonight. So he gets to offload that which he has packed for us tonight and for the rest of the world. And trust me, he's a brother you should follow. You should support. Whose words you should support, because he has a lot of very important things to say. A lot to say. Trust me, Charlie. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. It's all right. What's up?
So I was wondering what was on his mind when he was penning the piece down.
I know, right? Wow, that was beautiful. All right, so Vitus, we'll get back to you shortly. But Arturo, yeah, man. So what next do you have for us?
So, Arturo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here.
Yes. What next do you have for us?
Yeah, I wanted to play for you mostly pieces from Cuba or Puerto Rico. You know, the two places in the Caribbean that I either come from or my family comes from.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So yeah, I wanted to play now. I played two things from Cuba. I would like to play something from Puerto Rico.
Perfect.
This is I'll play a couple of pieces from Puerto Rico during the show, but I want to start with something that is just like a really, really small thing. It's like a very simple song, but it's made by this fantastic guitarist that it's called, his name was Miguel Alcaide. And he was not classically trained, but still he composed in this style that can be played like a classical guitar, you know. So with this technique that is called tremolo, where you play all the strings like this. I'll show it. And the piece is called Poquita Cosa.
Great. Okay. Nice. You truly have a unique blend of different styles of play, and I think it makes you outstanding. Thank you so much, Arturo.
Thank you.
All right, Vitus. Vitus, what's up? Yeah, so before I get into your next piece, when did you start writing and performing poetry?
Well, I've been writing as far as I can remember, but professionally, I think the journey began about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, nice. All right. So, what do you have for us?
Okay, so I want to do this short piece I titled "Beautiful." I think this piece speaks for itself, so I'll just delve right into it.
Nice.
So, beautiful. Yes, I said it because I meant it. As a matter of fact, you're number one. But sometimes you think people would say you're number. But sometimes you think people would say you're two. So you'd rather have you for you. Try spelling the word super without you. That leaves us with SPER. That sounds like spare. Well, definitely not the original, but a spare. See, you are that ingredient that makes the word super complete. And guess what happens when you add some amount of boldness? You simply become. See, no words yet exist to flatter you. So let me make do with sincerity in my expressions, no deception. See, any contentions with this piece should be held. I ain't taking suggestions. But it's high time you saw beauty in yourself. See, if I could give you a gift, I'll give you the ability to see yourself the way I see you. That specially crafted, ingeniously, exquisite, delightfully charming, wonderfully radiant, gorgeously magnificent, gracefully dazzling, divinely alluring masterpiece you are. Or pardon my summary. See, you were simply supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And no, I'm not just being verbally braggadocious. See, you were created to excel like Microsoft. As a matter of fact, you're so amazing, you deserve a theme song. Thank you.
Wow. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Charlie, what's up? What do you have to say about this piece? Somebody says wicked. Yeah, for real. What's a wicked piece?
I think it's about time we call for a show off. We put the rapper here and we put the spoken word act. We go back and we see who really owns the lyrical theft.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And hearing Vitals play, hearing Vitals speak and Arturo play, I wish they could have one piece together, Charlie, that would be awesome. But I don't know what
would be fantastic, man. I'm all for it.
Yeah, well, I don't know how that could happen, if it's possible. I think it's possible, right?
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, man, for real.
What I did with Mr. Black last year was like that. We improvised and we did some music together, and and he was improvising the text, and it was really cool experience, man. I would go to Ghana anyway, so when I go there, we'll do it there.
Yeah, man. We're looking forward to that. And shout out to Mr. Black and the rest of the team, Charlie. Maximum props to you all. Okay, so it's any. What do you have next? Okay, Arturo. Right?
Gifted Tima is on.
Oh, okay, nice.
Gifted Tima is on. Hi, Gifted Tima.
Hi.
Wow. So, Ms. a minute, what do you have for us?
Okay, so my piece is titled Time.
Time. Wow.
It's an inspirational piece, yeah.
And let us know what time is it. Gifted Tima, let us know. Yeah.
Okay. Time and time, there comes a time when one must stand alone with confidence to follow dreams of the heart, flesh, blood, and bone. A time to light up that wet dreams with stone, to fly higher with pride than drone. Sacrifices must be made as you journey along to this safe zone all alone. And the secured way to secure your chances is to be capable of changing and rearranging your priorities, and certainly your dreams will come alive in real life. Your doubts will be released, your goals achieved, and your frail heart relieved again. It is not time that kills dreams, but it's familiarity and lack of purpose that screams. Temporal comfort always needs to be challenged with sincere love by making extra attempts. Be strong enough to love and make yourself better, and you bear sweet fruit now and not later. I promise. You can't compromise your promises just to get by. Be confident enough in choosing everything, even your necktie. Allow yourself the opportunity to grow and find your true sense of purpose in this life. Opportunity, they say, comes but once. But if the second comes, show you are prepared for business. Grab your success like Sarkodie, who always catches his goals just to manifest his talents in the presence of his opponents. Through your rise and falls, strive for perfection rather than futile fame of deception. Our limitation is just an illusion that thrives in a weak mind. Opportunities surround us in zillions, if only we surround ourselves with a good kind of people. Life changes every second like the chameleon skin, but you are destined to win with patience. Like a tortoise, patience is a virtue you must emulate. Your race in life ends when your time comes for you to die. Until then, you are in no competition with anyone for a trophy, validation, or admiration. So never be in haste to become great, else your name changes faster to the late. Never let the poisons of the past to contaminate your present life, else all your enviable efforts will become a fruitless strive. Life is all about timing. Everyone works in his own seconds. It's taken in mind. It will talk in your soon. Just wait. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
Life is all about timing. Charlie from
Yeah.
Gifted. Wow. Or someone was a gifted timer. Charlie.
Gifted.
That's an amazing piece. So inspiring. Every word of it, every stanza, every line. Wow. That was so inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing that beauty with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nice. All right. So Etienne, what do you have next?
So before we call on our next act, I want to know what inspired this piece. Is it because we have Ghana Man time, or like I want to know what inspired the piece.
Okay, so what really, before I comment, I would like to say very good evening to your discerning viewers out there. I've realized that a lot of our youth, they actually just want to get everything at a go. They don't want to wait patient for their time to come for them to get it. Once person A gets it, person B is striving or just trying as much as he or she can to also get it without even trying to exercise patience for his or her own time to come. So I actually, that is just the inspiration behind it. I'm just trying to tell the youth that no matter be the case, just wait for your time to come, for you to shine. When your time is due, nobody can take it from you. We all have our timing. We all have our we are all exceptional people all together. So it's better for us to wait for our time to come, and then we'll pick it from there.
Wow, thank you. So on that timely note, I think it's time for Arturo to give us another piece. Arturo, are we going back to Puerto Rico, or you are bringing us to Cuba?
Let's stay in Puerto Rico for a second. This is another piece from there. This is from the more or less the beginning of the century, the 30s, 40s. So it's a bit old, but it's still shows, I think, a lot of how Puerto Ricans are. It's very simple in the sense of just the simplicity of the joy of life. This is something I think we share as well with you over there in Ghana. fun, huh?
Because it's funny how like the similarity in the sounds.
Of course.
It reminds me of you see we have High Life, Palm Wine, High Life. It sounds like our oldies, E.T. Mensah, Kake, like the rhythms. There are a bit of similarities in the rhythms.
Of course, of course, of course. You know, when I went to Nigeria last year, and I played the first piece I played here, you know, the comparsa. They recognize the rhythm, man, and they recognize the melody. But this composer never went to Nigeria. This composer never even West Africa or anything like that. It's actually considered like classical music. The thing is that it comes from the same place, and that's so beautiful. It's like with the food. We eat rice and beans, we eat yam, and we eat. It's the same thing, man. It's like, you see, but it comes from the same root, and that. I mean, it's a horrible story of how, you know, these people were brought here. But on the other side, you have all these rich cultural elements that I think it's fantastic what happened in the Caribbean, you know, as a melting pot.
Yeah. So like reading about you, like being born in Mexico, raised in Puerto Rico, Cuba, and now living in Berlin, West Germany. It's like you are immersed in a lot of cultures. How do you like manage to like find yourself within this diversity? How do you find yourself as an artist or a creative? How do you find yourself?
Man, there is I see it as a double-sided thought. No, on one side, I'll quote this amazing Jamaican English social cultural theorist. His name was Stuart Hall. He says that the Caribbean was good to think with, no, coming from the Caribbean, because it's your world is creolized from the start. So you are not with these ideas that I am like this, and then because you're different, I'm either gonna hate you or not like you, or you know, we are mixed. So that's fantastic. It's not I have to choose one culture. I mean, I know I have European culture in me, like Spanish. I speak Spanish, you know, but still I'm not like a Spanish national or someone who has lived in Spain the whole life, you know. So everything is mixed, and that's the beauty of it. Now, on the other side, the musical part, I play the guitar, and then the guitar, it's good to think with, because the guitar has always been mixed from the start, you know. So we can play classical music, old German music, and so what I mean with this is that mixture. It at the end is the more you are mixed, the less you have these ideas of being afraid of what's different, and that is, I think, really important, that at the end you have to understand that we are so diverse and we are so different at the end in so many ways, but we are all very mixed as human beings, you know. So that's why it's fantastic, man. It's just, and I don't have to choose if I feel more Mexican or Puerto Rican, or I just feel from all of those places. There are things that I like from each place, but the same thing, I love things from other places, you know. So it's like always, no?
Oh, okay. So thank you. So now let's move to Vitus. Vitus.
Yeah. Yes.
So tell us a bit about the piece you are about giving us.
Okay, so I'm about to do a piece I titled The Movement. So this piece I did because I felt there was a lot of hate speech going on the internet, and people were victims of this, and I felt the need to address it. And I did it in the most creative way I know how. And so it's a piece that begins in a very unique way and then puts the message, the actual message at the end. And so I don't want to say so much about it. I just want to cut to the chase and deliver it.
Okay, that's good.
So let's say I have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to leave an impression on your mind. How about I spend the first minute calling you names and the second explaining why? See, you are nothing. You are nothing but a phony. A complete failure for lack of a much better expression. See, you are the very definition of matter. You have weight and just occupy space. You're a waste. And the pain in some place censorship only allow me to state you are disgrace. To the totality of the human race, the mere thought of you leave me with a lingering migraine. You're so dumb, you probably wouldn't even pass a blood test. People like you have no future. Not even in an example, I wish you were sterile, so you don't have to pass your genes to other people. See, you walk around with a head, but no sense. Not even a sense of humor. You deserve to die. That will be one less idiot in the world's population. See, stupidity must be drawing inspiration from none other than your very own disposition. I mean, don't you see yourself when you look at your mirror's reflection? Please, I beg you, never give advice to anyone. You might be altering a solution. You have no say. You can't even hold a regular expression. The only clause you know is Santa. These are not hateful words. I'm really trying to hold back my anger. See, I usually try to see the best in others, but looking at you, I can literally see the best in others. Who made you? God or an app? You look more like a control experiment. You're a standard deviation. No, I'm not just being mean. Look, honestly, I could compile a whole database of portfolio to see no disk can store, so let me stop. See, I barely began introducing you, and my minute's up already. So I gotta switch. So why do I call you these names, you ask? Well, nothing. Yeah, right, nothing. No, seriously, nothing. I mean, this is what we do for a living. It's a movement. We simply hate on the progress of random people, and we don't even know why we do. See, those insults are held at you. I only had to think of myself to let them off. Maybe that is the reason I pick on you, because I can never be like you, though I try so hard. So if you can't beat them, break them. That is the brand. See, I said it's a whole movement, so there are many more of my kind in your school, your work, your community, your Facebook, your Twitter, even in your mind, just waiting for you to give it all up. And gravity does the rest. It brings it all down to zero. Now, what does that make us? Heroes. See, I shouldn't be confessing this, but hey, I've got nothing to lose. You still fall for it anyway. Because people's thoughts and comments about you matter more to you than yours. And people's disapproval of you determines whether or not you move on to the next cause of call. See, we are the kind of ladders that insult you for every step you take on us. And once you listen, you never climb. See, we judge your life's book by the cover of another book. And guess what? We bring that book to judge you by. So if you do something good, we talk. If you do something bad, we talk. In fact, if you do nothing at all, we still talk anyway. So when we tell you that you are not good enough, what we really don't want to say is, we wish we were like you. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, wow. I like that line. The only clause you know is Santa. Wow. That's, wow. That's nice. It looks like a reality check for all of us because it's the order of the day. When you are doing something,
Exactly.
nobody cares. But when you negative, it's like negative publicity sells more than. Oh, that's a nice piece. So now let's move to Gifted Timmer.
Okay.
Gifted Timmer.
Yeah.
What gift do you have for us this time?
Okay. So this one is about the youth, how we should rise up and then fight for our rights. We shouldn't allow the politicians to be controlling us like TV remotes. We should also empower ourselves and then try as much as possible to stand on our feet and fight for what is meant for us. So it's about youth. It's about the youth. How the politicians are playing our minds, and then like we voting for them. At the end of the day, we don't get them again. They use us and dump us. And then I'm just trying to say it's enough. Enough is enough.
Okay, let's go. So we ready for the piece, Gifted.
Okay. My heart trembles with fear when I see that the people we have entrusted our leadership are misleading us. We, the very people who put them in power, are being taken for granted as though we don't matter. Yet the people's collective power is far greater than the people in power. They claim they are patriotic citizens and will serve this country with all their might. No accountability. Our little money are being embezzled, leaving us to our own plight. Our country is malnourished and so needs nutrition to flourish. The lawlessness, indiscipline, youth unemployment, and poor state of our educational system are embarrassing monuments that stare us in the face. See, we live in a country with a powerful constitution. Yet for those with political connections, our book of laws is nothing more than a book of fiction. And party manifestos filled with overly hyped untruths and beautifully adorned fanciful promises, never to see the light of day. No wonder we are imprisoned in seemingly incurable curse of partisan politics, wallowing in abject poverty, every day and night. Oh, ambassadors of promises. Oh, ambassadors of promises. When will this promise of development become a reality? Let's concentrate on making the nation a better place and leave a legacy that generations yet unborn will celebrate us for. Stop engaging yourselves in this needless competition of insults and assaults, for this brings no positive results. Dear youth, we are the change makers. The power is in our hands. We have the chance to make a better choice. Our ambitions must be guided by our voice. Our struggles must be stable with clear conscience. We cannot be the props for their political selfish gains. We have the power to charter, shape a new path of greatness. We have the power to charter, shape a new path of greatness. Our policies must be guided by the state of the average person's sustenance. Politicians, please help us paint policies better for the younger generation. You are the icons we the youth look up to. Our files are on your desktop. You can't fail us. This is not the Ghana our forefathers saw and left for us. Let's rise and fight for our future. Our nation believes, and the only way our leaders can stop the sorrow is to put the people first, improve their livelihoods, develop their potentials, prioritize their safety and security, and for heaven's sake, stop being greedy. This is the plight of a young patriot. I rest my case. Thank you.
Wow. This is pouring the heart pour of an advocate, a true advocate. So your case seems to be very interesting. So someone situated in a context that doesn't support women to say. How do you go about in your advocacy for women empowerment? And as a teacher too, professional teacher, how do you go about this?
Okay, so like where I'm coming from it's a bit challenging. It's a bit challenging. Like there's no motivation and then nothing is there. But then we are just trying our possible best to see how best we can also champion the cause of women. So what I do usually is that I go to the communities, the rural areas, mobilize some of my youth as well, those who are also passionate about women empowerment. I go there, we talk to them about menstrual hygiene, about the need for them to go back to school, and then about the need for them to challenge the status quo. What a man can be, they equally can also be like that. We have doctors, nurses, and other stuff. They women, they can equally be like that. Engineers too as well. So basically, that has been what I've been championing on.
Wow. So,
and then I also try as much.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
And I
sorry.
also try as much as possible. Yeah, I also try as much as possible to actually look at those in my community, those who are icons, and then they are women. I also try as much as possible to send them to the villages where the motivation is not really there, so that they can talk to them and then also mentor them as well, so that they can aspire to be like them.
Okay. So in your piece, you said something about politicians promising too much, and so as an advocate, what is there one thing, if you had your way, you would want any of the political parties or the government in power would change to suit your cause?
Okay, so what I will actually do is that my focus, if I am being given an opportunity to meet any politician or any of the government himself, what I will actually ask him for him to do for me is to change the educational system, like try to actually marginalize it like try to empower the young people as well, make the education very vibrant for those at the rural areas to also gain an opportunity to educate themselves. Because where I am teaching as well, we don't have reading materials, we don't have furniture to even sit. Unlike the town or the urban where they have the reading materials, everything is at their disposal for them to learn. But we at that particular village, we don't really have them. And then we are supposed to write the same exams with those in the urban area or urban areas. So that is a bit challenging or a bit dicey for them. So I think if I am given an opportunity to talk to any of the police, that is what I want them to do. They should try and then look inside the rural areas. They are facing a lot of problems there. It shouldn't be everything town. They should go to the villages
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, even recently, we actually had a challenge with the furniture that I'm talking about. We didn't have furniture. So I raised the concern. I talked to my headmaster, and then he was actually in a way threatening me that if I make it go out, the GES, they will just jeopardize with my future for me. But I took it upon myself to go out, push, and then post it on social media. And then luckily on my side, or fortunately on my side, I've been able to get 53 furniture for them. You understand? So that tells us that there's hope for the future. Even if the politicians are not going to do anything for us, but we the youth, we can equally do something for the community.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you. So Arturo Castro. Yes. We're back. I kind of like the way you flirt with the frets, the way you move your fingers and all those things. Yes, because I've been trying to play or learn the guitar, but you know, when my fingers start hurting, then I stop. So I kind of admire and I appreciate the way you just have your way weaving around this. Can you give us another tune?
Yeah, of course.
Are we still staying in Puerto Rico?
Let's see. How many pieces do we have left? Just to know how to organize this. Like 2 more?
So we have 2 more. So take 2 more, and then we do the last one. You close us with your last piece. So do one before, yeah.
Then let's do one more from Puerto Rico, and then we can go back to Cuba. I'm gonna do one that it's a more like this type of music that developed in the 19th century, 20th century, and it's called danza, because I love that, because it's like coming from the classical music world. It's like what we call our classical music somehow, no? And it's this beautiful mixture of Afro-Caribbean rhythms and European music. And many of these composers studied in Europe, like this guy, this piece, the guy that composed that is called Manuel Gregorio Tavares, and he studied in Paris, for example, the same time that what you have like all this fantastic music being produced there, like from Chopin and all this, and you can hear it in his music, but inherently you can still hear also these rhythms that are ours, no, and that we share in a very basic level as well. This is more like on the romantic side. It's dedicated to a lady. It's called Margarita, the piece. No?
Wow. Nice one. Vitus.
Hello.
Yeah, Vitus.
Yes.
Okay, so you have another piece for us.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, one of the things that I love to promote is the Pan-African agenda. And so I have a piece that I performed somewhere in Nigeria last year that I titled "This is New Africa." So I'm going to do that piece shortly. Kindly pardon me if it's a bit biased in terms of the audience addresses because I performed this in Nigeria, like I mentioned. Okay. So let me tell you a bit about my childhood. I grew up watching lots of Nigerian movies. And so I have very fond memories of Papa Jasper. And don't get me started on Boy Ali. See, I always wanted to join the Issa Kaba gang. Of course, I wanted to be in the Billionaires Club. I thought I had no fears until Karishka. Between that and Amadi Oha, I wonder which I feared more. I thought men were the strongest until I realized that Sharon Stone can melt the lion's heart. See, forget Ramsey Noah. Akin Aoka were the real heroes to him. And anytime you see Kanayu, you could say you're watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. See, in all of these, I had never been to Nigeria, but I certainly knew much about the Nigerian culture. I had seen the delicacies of the Nigerian kitchen, and in fact, I was almost as fluent in my Nigerian kitchen. And yet, you still ask art can unite Africa. See, let me tell you the power of art. It is said that a narrative will still always glorify the hunter until the lion learns to ride. Well, it's about that time the lions of Africa learn to ride their own tails. So let us tell them about our history, our culture, our heritage, and stay original. For like a good friend always said, that we must not revert to the red devils of slavery and colonialism to keep the black man united. I said, we must not revert to the red devils of slavery and colonialism to keep the black man united. See, we can achieve unity and diversity through creativity. So let us tell the world. Let us tell them about our heroes. Let us tell them about the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah, the artistry of Fela Kuti, the wealth of Dangote, the conquest of Shaka Zulu. Because this is new Africa. It's about time we replace those dark images they took years ago. Because images of yesterday don't define us today. Because back then we were known for fighting and shooting each other, but now we are shooting videos in 4K. See, we were known for cutting each other with a sword, but now we are cutting swords to begin great projects together. This is new Africa. We have much to be proud of. Civilization started here. Great inventions came from our own. And it will interest you to know that the all-time richest man is a man by the name Mansa Musa Omani. But what are the movies that talk about these men? These are our Spider-Men, our Iron Men. See, let us talk about our Captain Africa, because clearly we have some great Avengers. Let us end this game of inferiority and write comics that will cause them to marvel. If it's about looking like the West, well, we too are West Africa. So this is new Africa. Just go tell them Vitus speaks so. Thank you.
Wow. New Africa. But Vitus, I chanced on one of your projects titled Africa Complains Too Much. Can you please bless us with that piece? Then Atu signs us off.
All right, so that was my most recent work, my most recent video that went viral, titled Africa Complains Too Much About Slavery. There was a lot of feedback from that. And let me just delve right into that piece. It's a short piece. I hope everyone enjoys it, and I don't get negative feedback here as well. See, I came to shake some African tables because someone has to hear something. See, this piece might offend many, but who's counting? I think you Africans complain too much about slavery. Just saying. First off, whose fault was it? No, wait, I don't seek to make light of the effect of those dark years on the African continent. The reason being, if you spend too much time complaining about how you were enslaved in the past, you may actually be blinded to the modern ways in which you're still being enslaved. For instance, how slavery of the past was physical, but now it's mental. Like how I can make you think that your country is worth nothing and you haven't really arrived until you come to mine. So then I wouldn't have to come to your country to get slaves on a ship anymore because they'll run here by themselves forevermore. Like how I can make you think that your product is worth nothing and you haven't really got it until you import mine. Like how I can make you think that all your products are worth nothing and you haven't really got it until you import mine. Like how I can make you think that my country is greater than anything your country can ever produce and so you haven't really got it until you import mine. Like how your queen mothers are localized but our queen is globalized. Like how Spider-Man is called a superhero, but for Conans is called a superstition. Like how I can make you think that every aspect of your culture is primitive and every aspect of mine is called modernization. Like how Jibodi is not a cool name to give to your child, but once you call her Patience, she can move mountains. Like how I can make you think that you aren't really married until you have a wife wedding. Like how I can make you think that you need my engineers to erect your mega structures, but since you can't afford them, you need my laws to pay them. Africa, wake up. How long until you realize that we never really ended slavery, we rebranded it? And while you were busily lamenting on the effect of the transatlantic slave trade, we found a new way to go. How's that for smart? Now that's strategy from physical slavery to mental slavery, or guess what's next? Spiritual slavery. I think you guys call that religion, but let's leave that for another day.
Wow. Vitus, I think these are questions fit for the gods. So and a nice way to shut the curtains. And then all too soon we've come to another powerful session. Catch us same time next week, 6 to 7 p.m. And before we go, Arturo would close us with a nice tune. I hope this time, Arturo.
Yeah.
I hope this time you take us to Mexico, or you want to stay in Berlin.
I wanted to stay in the Caribbean, but if you want to go, I mean, it's whatever you prefer. You want to go to Mexico?
Oh, anything to close the curtains.
Let's stay in the Caribbean. This one is it's a bit more modern, but also it has a lot of our rhythms and all this. I just wanted to say thank you so much, all of you, for this opportunity. It's fantastic to be among these. I mean, you guys are fantastic, both of you. That what I've heard you recite and you know this. It's really, really awesome, and I love this cultural exchange that we can use from different parts of the world, find this common ground. That I agree with everything you said, you know. So it's really, it means a lot. So this one is called Son.
Wait. Up, 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 up.
Much love to all you, and we'll see each other hopefully in Ghana when we are able to travel again.
Sure.
And it will be
Okay,
fantastic
let's
to
stop.
go to
Let's stop.
collaborate
Let's stop.
there, live. And really, man, it's been amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you all.
Sure.
for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
So please, you can unmute yourselves, and then we have 5 minutes to fraternize, make new friends, say hi to someone, and then after 5 minutes, withdraw everything.
All right. EOV to
But
so
actually speaking, tonight has been. Where is it?
Jordan.
Yeah, Geodis.
Oh, Jula.
Yo.
Okay. So Jula speaks and Vitus speaks.
Yeah. Vitus be very good friend
Please
of
come
mine.
on, Factor is the speaks. You all speak.